Good morning, Thailand. My name is Alex, and this is
Jay.
And we have some news updates for you from around the land of smiles today, Wednesday, November 13th. Now, today we will be talking about plans to ease traffic congestion in Bangkok, some new holidays that will be landing on the calendar in 2025, and a little later, a tragic story of mass death coming out of China. But first, we're going to start with our main story, and that's that the Thai government is warning Israelis of a potential attack at Koh Phangan's full moon party. The Thai government has issued a red alert for Israelis in Koh Phangan, warning of potential attacks at the popular full moon parties, which attract large crowds, particularly of Israelis. This follows rising global anti-Semitic incidents. Israeli officials advise citizens to avoid southern Thailand due to a high-level threat and to take specific precautions, avoid large gatherings, hide Jewish or Israel-related symbols, and report anti-Semitic incidents, and avoid sharing travel plans on social media. So, yeah.
That sounds a lot more intense and scary than might be led to believe, because they're basically saying, hide the fact that you're Israeli or you will get hurt potentially.
Yeah, no, it's a tough thing, especially, Koh Phangan, huge Israeli population hanging out around there, usually a bit big on the backpacking tour.
Yeah. Also, the south of Thailand in general, like if the people who are wondering, like, why are they asking for the south of Thailand in general has a lot more of a Muslim population as well.
Yeah.
With what's going on around the world, everyone has picked a side or has their own opinions. So, we're just going to leave it at that for now.
No, the anti-Semitic sentiments will run higher down there, and that does put them in a little bit more danger. Look, we could say there's been wrongdoing on both sides. There's certainly innocent people on both sides too that get caught in the crossfire just by their own, their birth identity. So that's a difficult thing. But be careful, everybody, and try to, listen to the warnings and prevent the worst from happening.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to our next story today, which is regarding Bangkok plans congestion charge to ease traffic and pollution. Could there be a decrease in traffic and pollution in Bangkok? Well, the Bangkok's transport ministry is considering a congestion charge to reduce traffic and pollution inspired by models from cities like London, and Transport Minister Surya announced a 6-month study by the Office of Transport and Traffic Policy and Planning to determine the best approach. I wonder what they've been doing all this time. But funds from the charge could enhance transit infrastructure and allow for a 20 baht flat fare for electric trains. With 60% of residents supporting the idea, the OTP is consulting with the British government to improve Bangkok's traffic and transit systems.
I mean, we've got to try something, right?
Yeah. I thought they'd have enough data. There's only been traffic in Thailand for about 59 years.
Yeah, and it is notorious. I mean, everybody that comes here. I just had somebody at one of my comedy shows come from Saigon.
Yeah.
And, for me, Saigon is pretty bad, too, I think. But she was like, this is a nightmare. This is actually the worst. And sometimes, I guess I just get used to the water I'm swimming in here in Bangkok.
You got to get a motorbike, man. Do not get into a taxi.
Yeah.
Especially during rush hour. Don't do it.
You're going to spend, you got to bring a pee bottle if you're going to do that. So.
The strangest thing, I was like, we're going to start to study it. I'm like, what?
I don't know. Well, but look.
Better late than never.
Yeah, and hopefully it actually amounts into something and something actually comes of it. Not to mention the silver lining of less pollution as well. So kudos to the government for maybe making some moves on this one. All right. Anyways, we'll get into the comments a little bit later. Getting controversial in there. Check them out if you haven't yet. But now our next story, which is... this is a funny little silly story to break up some of the more serious stuff. A drunk foreigner has shocked a Phuket woman by entering her car. But that's it. Now, a Phuket local warned others after a drunk foreign man unexpectedly entered his girlfriend's unlocked car near Patong Beach. The Phuket local, known as Bank, shared the incident on social media, explaining that his girlfriend had left her car unlocked while shopping. When she returned, the foreigner entered the passenger side, startling her. Nearby taxi riders tried to help, but he refused to leave until police intervened. Bank urged drivers to prioritize safety and lock their doors. This is hilarious to me. Do you see? He took off his shoes before he got into the car too.
Very respectful. Was he Japanese?
I don't know where he was from actually, and they blurred out his face. Hard to make a racial determination there. But the point is, it's very.
Did he take off his shoes or did he have no shoes?
I guess the shoes were lined right outside of the door. You missed the footage, but
very respectful.
Yes, it was
very respectful,
but also not very respectful because he was refusing to leave someone's car.
So it's too hot out there.
Yeah, I guess so. But just a silly little story. Police came, intervened, dragged him out of there.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay. No problems there. But yeah, I guess lock your doors. This is one of the things that you take for granted in Thailand is the safety.
Yeah.
There is no safety when there's drunk foreigners involved, unfortunately. So be careful, people. That's
I
all
just want to chill.
Yeah. Sir,
this is
I gotta
not
go
your
home.
Uber.
I'm dying.
There's no Uber in Thailand.
All
right.
Weird one.
On that
Anyways, moving on.
Our next story, ladies and gentlemen, talking about more foreigners. 2 Mongolians have been arrested for pickpocketing tourists in Bangkok. Ladies and gentlemen, beware. It's high season in Thailand and thieves are around. 2 Mongolian nationals were arrested in Bangkok for a pickpocketing spree targeting tourists. The suspects, Mr. Sotbayar and Mr. Uyangabatar, were apprehended by Tongla police on November the 11th after a female tourist reported her purse stolen on Sukhumvit Soi 33. The men, staying in rented rooms and changing accommodations weekly, admitted to the theft and face nighttime theft charges with potential jail time and fines. Now, police are still searching for a third suspect and urge vigilance in tourist areas. Just as you said, Alex, people take the safety for granted. Guys, there are pickpockets here, there are criminals here, there are idiots here, just like any country in the world. So do be vigilant out there.
Yeah. What I thought was interesting about this story was that it was for nighttime pickpocketing.
Yeah.
What, is that more egregious than daytime pickpocketing?
Yeah, because you've got to be a lot more daring during the daytime. So the penalty is severely less.
Oh,
because he's got the cojones
the
to do it.
chutzpah to get in there. That's pretty funny. Anyways.
That was a joke, by the way. I have a feeling people might think that's real.
I mean, there's a distinguishing factor. I'll have to look it up later and find out what the hell that means. But nighttime, apparently a little more dangerous, but
it's a bit more perverted.
Yeah. Is that a wallet in your pocket, or you just happy to see me? Okay. All right. Anyways, moving on. Be safe, people. Pickpockets are abound. Notice though, not local Thais, Mongolians coming in and doing that.
Sure.
So for this one,
and actually, some people always tell us like, why do you guys distinguish the nationality or something? We're just kind of telling you what the news is. This is how these news are reported around Thailand.
Yeah, and for me, I defend this every single time by saying, who cares? It's a little bit of public shaming, puts the rest of you on notice to be in better behavior then, or something like that.
This is not a cause. We're not trying to make you guys go and hunt for Mongolians now.
Exactly. There's no witch hunts involved, but it's just sort of now the Mongolian tourists are here. Hey, I'm I'm chilling. No, don't worry, bro.
Whoa.
But in any case, it is also just a fact too these times.
But fun fact: have you ever seen a Mongolian rave?
No, I haven't. Was it the throat singing?
No, if you there's videos out there and you check on YouTube. There's a DJ playing on this giant stage, and then the camera's pointing at the DJ, and then the camera points to the crowd, and there's a bunch of Mongolians on horseback just raving.
Nice, that's pretty cool. I've been to Mongolia. I've done Inner Mongolia in China, which is still full of Mongolians. And yes, the horseback riding culture is very real there. I love it. So,
all right,
gotta go someday.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, on to our next story. We are over into Pattaya, where a missing 16-year-old girl was found working at a bar. Shouldn't have even been allowed in. Now, a mother found her missing 16-year-old daughter allegedly working at a bar in Pattaya. 2 months after her disappearance, the mother spotted her on social media and confronted the bar's management with police. The bar caretaker claimed the girl used a fake ID to apply for work, but later insisted that she was only hanging out there. However, an employee time card was found for her. So, what is it, buddy? Police took the manager in for further questioning while the mother voiced concerns about her daughter being deceived. 16 years old.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't even be allowed to be hanging out in there, right?
Absolutely.
Like,
And look, it is a little bit of a sad story, but this happens quite a lot, especially like, this parent actually cares enough to kind of hunt the child down like a parent should, but a lot of young teens rebel and run away from home or want to do something of their own, and unfortunately they end up doing a life of crime or ending up in a bar. And this happens quite a lot, especially in the rural areas as well. Yeah, even places around Pattaya.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. And there's definitely, certainly, if those opportunities are perceived to be available to those teenagers, they're going to be more likely to seize them. So,
and then again,
gross.
like working in a bar, obviously, like using a fake ID, if they're going to investigate, but using a fake ID to get a job and stuff, like, do these bar owners or managers care even whether it's a fake ID or not? Like, do they do their due diligence? Do they register and give them social security? Otherwise, the government wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about a systemic problem here, aren't we? Now, Fat Vinny the Bull, first of all, he's referencing South Park, talking about, you ever eat at Shitty Walk? These Mongolians are tearing down my shitty wall. I hope you get that at least, Fat Vinny. And he said, my first time in a bar, I was 13 years old. An 80-year-old woman asked me to dance.
All right.
I hope you did some swing with her.
Fat Vinny the Bully, though.
Woo. All right. Anyways, I need to go to a bar with you, Fat Vinny. It sounds fun. Maybe not at 13 years old, but anyways, we got our next story. You're
Fat
up.
Vinny looks like a good time.
Yeah, exactly. You can talk about the name alone. Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on to our next story, where Thailand adds holidays in 2025 to boost tourism. Welcome to Thailand, where there are a lot of public holidays. To stimulate tourism and economic growth, Thailand will add 2 new public holidays in 2025 to extend the New Year break, creating more travel opportunities for locals. Special holidays on June the 2nd and August 11 will encourage longer weekend trips, with the New Year break stretching to 5 days. The government also approved 75 billion baht in cheap loans to support the property sector, with further economic stimulus measures to be announced. Thailand aims to surpass pre-pandemic tourist numbers in 2025.
I'm all in. Yeah.
Hey.
Give me them holidays, baby.
Give it to me.
Well, now, so I think that means that this New Year's, which is coming up very quickly.
Is it this New Year?
I think so. I believe that's what they're talking about.
So here's what's surprising, all right? For the last 2 years, we've had a minimum of 4 days off for the New Year. This New Year, since if this actually, I don't know if this is proposed or it's actually taking place. This New Year, we were only supposed to have 2 days.
Oh.
Because the 30th is on a Monday. So you have Saturday, Sunday off. You have to come to work on 30th. And then 31st and 1st is holiday. So you were only supposed to get 2 days for New Year. And I was like, who did this?
Yeah.
Well, obviously the solar system but
yeah, it's good. Like, that's annoying.
Yeah. What they should have done is just given 30th off, so you get Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. That's like a 5-day weekend. Let's go, baby.
I think that's what they're talking about here with the extending it to a 5-day break. I believe so.
But they're saying adding 2 days in 2025 and an extended New Year break. Is that an extended New Year break in 2025-26?
Okay, yeah.
Or is it 24-25?
We got to do some more
Nobody
research.
knows.
Well,
people are losing their minds.
Yeah,
Employees everywhere. 2 days? 2 days for New Year's?
I'm
How
freaking
could
out.
you?
No doubt. But okay, we'll get some answers there and find out exactly what it is.
A couple of people actually asked me, like, hey, when are the holidays for New Year's? And as soon as I knew that people have to come to work on that one Monday, so it's like 2 days off, one Monday, the 30th, 31st, 1st off, I was like, I know at least 50% of the staff are going to book a holiday on the 30th.
Yeah. Just shut us down, bro.
What am I going to say? Yeah, what am I going to say? Like, hey, stop your 5-day holiday. Come to work for 1 day right in between.
Yeah, I think I just shut us down and then make them regret having used their holiday.
Yeah, pretty much.
Having like
pretty much.
Since you're all taking it at the same time.
Shame them.
Yeah.
Shame them publicly.
Good morning, Mung Wei, by the way. She's just coming in, and Mojo says, "You normal people in your holidays, I don't have those." Look at this.
True.
High and mighty with his 12-hour work
Mojo chose this life.
Yeah,
he chose a life of cooking and cigarettes.
It's a chef's life, man.
Yeah.
You're working the line. You gotta. That's how you get by.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Don't forget.
He doesn't eat lunch. He just has a cigarette. He's weirdly French like that.
Yeah, he's very. Yeah, he's got that that Icelandic drive. I don't know how he's doing it, but yeah. There's always volcanoes and ash in the air, so you might as well. It's like a little mini volcano.
Don't forget the beer. You're right, Mojo. Don't forget the beer.
Of course.
Right,
how could we?
How could we?
All right.
Well, not really the beer. The what's it called?
The Black Death is what it's called. I think is what he's called.
There's another one. There's another one. The white liquid that he had given me last time.
Okay, if you can help us remember or how to pronounce it, Mojo, please do let us know. But hold that thought because actually we're gonna move on to ASEAN Now news, which unfortunately. We have a very tragic story coming out in the beginning, which actually is raising a lot of questions about transparency in China. Okay, so this happened just yesterday. A tragic hit and run in China has killed 35 people in the Zhuhai Sports Center. Now, a hit-and-run incident in Zhuhai, China left 35 people dead and over 40 injured when an SUV drove into crowds at a sports center. Police report the driver, a 62-year-old man named Fan, allegedly acted out of anger over a divorce settlement. He was apprehended and hospitalized with severe injuries. President Xi Jinping condemned the attack as extremely malicious. The incident adds to recent violent public attacks in China despite the country's generally low crime rate. Now, this is also coming on the heels of, in September, a school bus ran into a crowd of parents and students outside of school. The problem here is, in that incident, China never really revealed whether it was an accident or an intentional attack here. Here, they're being a little more transparent, trying to be forthcoming with what the incident was about. But again, how can you trust when there has been no traditional transparency and you just kind of take what they say at face value?
Absolutely insane story. I mean, our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the people who've, lost their loved ones. But get a divorce, get into an SUV and kill 35 people and injure all these people, like something doesn't quite add up a little bit. But then again, I mean, these situations don't ever really make sense. I think it's difficult to understand or fathom what's really happened.
Yeah, usually with attacks like this, there's some sort of radicalization within the mind against the society that you are in, right? So I think, saying that it was because of his divorce, all right, well, what else? Well, there has to be some other factors in play, right? Like millions of people get divorced all the time. What is it that could have pushed this man over the edge to take out that anger? Like, I understand maybe the more personal murdering the wife, maybe that could be explained away as a motivation there, but to take it out on so many innocent people that you've now completely shattered lives, I need more of an excuse. Now the man apparently did inflict self-harm, so now he's in critical condition where they're trying to bring him back to life, to question him and try to get more answers out of him. So hopefully they are able to do that. And then, unfortunately, I think doing something like this in China, you're not going to be around on this earthly plane for much longer. So, anyways, a tough story. Yeah. And hopefully the people in Zhuhai. I was just there. Like my friend was traveling through Zhuhai to come visit me in Macau. So it hits a little home because we were very near where that incident happened just a couple days ago. So tough stuff and sad for the families.
All right.
Anyways.
We're going to move on to our next story from around ASEAN, going over to Malaysia, as Malaysia's Sabah chief minister denies bribery involvement amid scandal. Is there more corruption in Malaysia? Sabah Chief Minister Hajiji Noor denied involvement in a bribery scandal following allegations from a whistleblower claiming he is the top leader behind attempts to bribe local representatives. The allegations shared on Malaysia Kini include videos showing state assemblymen discussing bribes. Hajiji dismissed these as baseless accusations and called an investigation into the source of the bribe. The whistleblower, who claims to have faced death threats, has only shared the videos with Malaysia Kini, which has not independently verified their contents.
Bit of he said, she said going on over here. But yeah, seems like they caught him on video. And although it hasn't been verified, it's one of those things where deny, I guess, until it becomes undisputable evidence.
And Malaysia Kini is once again a newspaper in Malaysia.
Yes, indeed, and that's this is the danger of whistleblowers, man.
Yeah.
You're going up against people that are in high up, powerful positions, and facing death threats is no fun.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, some people, the people in power could say, no, it's BS. This guy sucks. He's just trying to discredit me, and that's also something that is a factor as well. But if there's truth to it, then he's playing a dangerous game, and I think there should be he should be commended for being brave in doing that. But I guess we still need to see the dust to settle and what the allegations actually are and what's actually true. But keep our eyes on it. Sing in My Car says, if a politician says bribery is beneath them, that means the envelope with money should be delivered under the table. So, yeah, well said. Sing in My Car. And Mojo said, if he's not corrupted, how can he afford all the bleach to keep his clothes this white? Indeed. I don't know. Funny jokes in the comments, at least. So, all right. Moving on to our next story. So we have a bit of a smuggling operation happening between East Asian countries. 5 Vietnamese nationals have been indicted for drug smuggling into Taiwan. 5 Vietnamese nationals were indicted in Taiwan for operating a drug smuggling ring targeting foreign workers. Since July, Taiwanese authorities intercepted marijuana packages from Thailand addressed to Vietnamese nationals, leading to a task force investigation. The suspects, including undocumented workers and a student overstaying on a visa, allegedly smuggled marijuana and ketamine, selling drugs at high prices to Vietnamese and Thai workers across northern Taiwan. They face charges under Taiwan's Narcotics Hazard Prevention Act and Organized Crime Prevention Act. So marijuana, still a big old crime in the rest of Asia.
Still a big old crime.
Yeah, and so arrested over there in Taiwan. You know, it was funny. When I flew into Singapore, it was funny. Coming from Thailand, they have a specific warning for the people coming from Thailand. If you have any cannabis on you, you may be executed. Oh, okay. That's welcome to Singapore. Thank you for that.
Oh no.
Pretty intense.
That's so aggressive.
It is so aggressive. I was like, Jesus. I'm like, let me check
Sorry,
my backpack.
I'm laughing.
I'm like, God, I gotta throw it away.
I'm laughing, but Jesus.
No joke. That's what they say going into it.
Singapore is extreme when it comes to drugs, man.
Don't mess with them, man.
I've seen that CNA Insider about the CNA Insider report for how their prison system works and their prisoners. And there's just like one guy was like selling just like I think some basic drugs, and it's like execution date. And he, like in his lower third, it has his name, and then to be executed within, and then the date. And I was like, whoa.
Wild stuff, man. Like, a lot of East Asian countries see them, like drug dealers, as ruining lives and actually like killing people by pushing their drugs. People in the West have more of a libertarian, like it's your body, your choice kind of perspective when it comes to it. Not in Asia. So we'll see how this goes. Mojo says, I would have guessed it would have been yaba or meth to keep the sweatshop workers going, not weed. I mean, maybe these workers wanted to relax after a shift, you know what I mean? Yeah, ketamine and marijuana are not the best for productivity, I have to say.
You'd know.
Wink, wink.
We're going to move on to our last story today, which takes us to Indonesia, as Indonesia's new president praises Trump in congratulatory call. Now, Indonesia's president, Prabowo Subianto, posted a video of his congratulatory call with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, during which the two praised each other warmly. Prabowo, currently in Washington, referenced his American military training and expressed eagerness to meet Trump. Trump commended Prabowo's leadership, while Prabowo voiced shock over an earlier attempt on Trump's life. Prabowo is on a 5-nation tour, having just visited China and signed $10 billion in cooperation deals. His visit highlights Indonesia's strategic importance amid U.S.-China rivalry and reflects his shift from military commander to democratic leader. There we go. It's that time of the year where world leaders will eventually, whether they like it or not,
Gotta phone
Make
the
friends
man.
with the Americas.
Yeah. Did you see? He had a big old grin on his face when he was on the phone call over there. Like, hey, yeah, birds of a feather maybe in this situation, and understanding that praising Trump is the easiest way to get what you want from him, I think, is a very important political strategy for Prabowo. So we'll see if it pays off. Yeah. Huh?
Mookie's saying it.
Yeah, I know. We got the MAGA hats on in the room right now, much to my dismay. It's okay. That gives me 4 years of being able to complain about everything and everything, anything and everything. So, all right. Well, anyways, that's it for the news, everybody.
That's it.
Thank you, Teddy Bear, for mentioning. We have a nice variety of news today.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Thanks, Teddy.
I am your curator, so I take that as high praise, my friend. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Those were some of the stories from across Thailand. You can find more stories on thetiger.com, and you can join in on any of these conversations for these stories on
ASEANnow.com, baby.
Thailand's largest expat and foreign forum. For now, we're going to dive into the live chat for a bit to see what the people have to say.
Are saying, yeah.